So this is a Coachman 524, just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van we've got the jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker we have our 2 gas bottle tie downs with a gas regulator on the bulkhead. 2 gas bottles, you can carry a maximum of 2 6kg propane gas bottles at any point, and you can have your gas pipe work connected to the regulator at the top there that comes down to the front of the bottles. We do have the gas pipe work available here on site should you need to buy any. On the side of the caravan you have your Truma heating and hot water flow. We then also have the wind down leg for either side of the front of the caravan to stabilise the van while it is on site. You would never lift the van with these legs, it could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. Next up we have the water pump connection. What you see here in the top here is the filter for the water system. You then have the water pump that you release by pushing down the blue trigger on top here, and the same to connect it, then you release the trigger to lock it in place. The pickup pipe itself drops down inside the aqua roll, and then I'll show you how to fill the water system once we go inside the van. You then have your battery box and mains power lead coming into the side of the van. Battery, very simple to connect on top, connects on top, and then you've got your mains power lead coming down the side and your motor mover power switch, which again we'll demonstrate while you're here on site. The wheel nuts, we'll talk wheel nuts while you're here on site so you can see they've been tightened correctly, and we'll do that in front of you so again, so like I said, you know they've been done. You've then got so down the side of the van where your fresh water goes in, you've also got your wastewater pipes coming out the side. So down here you'll have 2 bits of grey pipe that go into the larger diameter holes on the outside, then drop down inside the waste master on the side of the van here. At the back of the caravan you have your toilet flush tank, so you'll open this up with the key and you'll put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use to allow you to flush the toilet system. In the bottom here then you have your toilet waste cassette. You release it by pulling up the orange handle and pulling the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette you've got your orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping your waste away it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. In that cassette you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid. On the back of the caravan you have your wind down legs on either side to stabilise the van, and they are only there for stabilising again, they are not there for lifting. I'm going to walk round to the front of the van now and just take you down the opposite side. The guys are cleaning the van at the moment, so can't get down that side at the moment. So down this side of the van from the front you've got your barbecue gas point, you've got your storage locker for underneath the front seating area, you've got your blown air Truma heating vent which will allow the heat of the heater to come out into the awning itself, and I'll show you how that operates once we go inside the van. And the last thing on this side is the 2 fridge vents, and the 2 fridge vents are very simply there to allow hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in as well. You'll also find behind one of those a gas flue if you were to take the covers off. We're going to go inside the caravan now and demonstrate how the inside of the van works. So above the door you'll find your main control panel for the caravan. So you've got your master power here, power off and power on, as you can see. You've got your internal lights on and off, your awning light for the outside of the caravan. There is some advanced settings going through here, as you can see. You've also got the temperature, internal temperature of the caravan, battery voltage on board the caravan and the time. But all of these you can adjust as you need to through the settings that are on here. You've also got your water pump on here, which I'll show you in a second. To fill the water system up on the caravan, you're first of all going to need to come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the van, and underneath here you will find your 2 drain down valves. So that is the 2 yellow valves underneath the seat on the front right hand side. Both of these valves need to be parallel with the floor to allow the water system to fill. If they were upright and pointed towards the bottom of the seat, it would drain all of the water out of the system on board the caravan. So like I said, parallel with the floor to fill the system up. With them valves parallel with the floor, you can come to every tap on board the caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. As you can see, we've got water flowing out the taps at the moment, but you'll open all these taps up, and then to fill the water system, what you'll do is, I'm going to shut them off for a minute because there's already water in there, but what you'll do is you'll come over to the pump above the door, hit the pump button, so it says pump on, and that will allow the water system to start filling. Like I said, you will need to have every tap open on board the caravan, and once that water system is completely full, you'll be able to then start heating the water on the heating and hot water control panel. On this panel on the opposite side, you've got a power button just here, so you turn the power on. So to warm the water on board the caravan, you'll very simply go into first this option in the center here, where it will allow you to select the different power sources you want to use. So you've got 230 volt amp, 230 volt 4 amp, 230 volt 8 amp, gas on its own, 230 volt 4 amp and gas at the same time, and then 230 volt and 8 amp and gas at the same time. So depending on what power source you want to use, you'll use the arrows on the right hand side here, select the power source you want to use, and then you can hit set to select that power source. Essentially, if you're on a mains powered site, you're going to use your mains options at the top here. If you're on a site and you want to use a bit more power to make sure it heats up a bit quicker, for instance during the winter, you could use the gas options here at the bottom, and as long as the gas bottle's turned on in the front locker, it will self-ignite. If you're on a site with no mains power, you'd use the gas option itself, and again it would self-ignite, and it will come up on the screen telling you if it has failed to ignite. So once you've got your power source selected, you can hit the water temperature option, and essentially you've got water on, which is 60 degrees, or water off. So you'll select the water 60 degrees, and that will allow the water to start warming up to 60 degrees of water temperature. You're flashing here to indicate it is warming up. To change the temperature of the caravan internally, you'll press the temperature button on this side, and you've got minus, plus, as you can see here, or minus to control the water temperature. When it's at 5 degrees, the water temperature is completely off. The internal temperature of the caravan is completely off. So when the water is warmed up to its 6 degrees, that will stop flashing there. But like I said, at the moment, it is warming up still. So when you get here on site, it may still not have warmed up completely. But 5 degrees on the left-hand side means the heating is turned off completely. So that is your heating and hot water system. There is some more advanced options in there. For those, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. To operate the fridge, again, it's very simple to do. You've got a power button here on the right hand side. You'll press the power button. The fridge will come on to the power source. At the moment, it's trying to ignite on gas. When it fails to ignite, it will flash a central blue light here. It will also bring up a spanner symbol and a 9 on the right hand side of the screen here. But when you're on gas or mains, you control the temperature of the fridge on the button on the right hand side. The higher you go with these bars, the colder the fridge will be. To change power source, you use the button on the left hand side here. So you've got 240 mains for when you're using the fridge on mains power. Then you've got your 12 volt mode here when you are towing down the road, and essentially that will allow the fridge to work as a cool box instead of running off 240 mains. If the fridge is working as a cool box, it does literally mean it's a cool box. It does not mean it will freeze the compartment or chill the fridge completely. It will just take it down to a comfortable temperature. So you've got, when you've got your accessories in, or your food or drink in there, it keeps it cool rather than it going off as you're traveling. So that is your heating, and so that is your fridge system. Hob, microwave and grill, all very much the same as your household appliances. The microwave's in the cupboard above up here. The 240 electric ring on the back of the hob will only work when you are connected to mains power. The rest of the hob, grill and oven will all work on a 12 volt gas power source, and with a 12 volt igniter on the cooker itself. The last thing we go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. The toilet has an electric flush on top here, as you can see. It has a red indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see here. We do advise, though, when you are removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, it is pointing straight on with the back of the toilet. Below the toilet, you have your grey waste handle. Now, this needs to be open when you're using the toilet itself, and when you aren't using the toilet, you need to make sure it's closed so no smells come back up inside the van. And also, you'd have it closed to remove the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan. If that was in the open position, you would not be able to remove the toilet waste cassette, and it could potentially damage the cassette itself. So this is a Coachman 520. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate the business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect the caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.